Hi there. In this video, I'm going to give you everything that you need to create an automated attendance tracking system for a university course with multiple seminars and tutorials and workshops where the students just need to scan a QR code and click twice on a Google form to register their attendance each week. And those attendances are automatically pulled in to a Google Sheet. So let me show you what it's going to look like in the end. This Google Sheet is going to automatically generate a separate Google form for each week's seminar or tutorial or workshop. It's going to automatically generate a bespoke QR code for each week's seminar or tutorial or workshop that you can just cut and paste into a PowerPoint slide so the students can scan it with their phones and register their attendance. It's going to output automatically without you having to do anything a table of attendance like this with each student's email address and a record of what they've attended and what they haven't. Any attendance below 75% will be in yellow. Any attendance below 50% will be in red, so you can easily see which students are not attending. And it's going to give you, without you having to do anything, a dashboard as well, where you can have a look at how the attendance over the different types of event in your unit, seminar or tutorial is going. And you can look by individual events. So 1 p.m. seminar, you can see how attendance is tracking for that, and so forth. So let's dive in and begin at the beginning, where you need, first of all, a Google Workspace account. My own institution has Google Workspace as standard, so I've created this on Google Workspace. I don't know whether it'll work on a non-Workspace account. You're welcome to try it, but I think there are features here that need Workspace. All you need to do, first of all, is create a template Google form that you're going to replicate many times across all your tutorials and seminars and workshops. I just use a blank Google form, no questions. I don't add any multiple choice or short answer questions or anything like that. You can call it whatever you want. I've called mine template form. That name will be changed for each instance of the form that's created, so you don't need to give it a particularly meaningful name at this point. I've just given mine a little description here. Just tick the box next to your email address and click submit to register your attendance for this class. And that is going to be replicated across all the copies of this that are made. Now, the main thing that you need to focus on is how the responses are processed. And I think this is where you need a Google Workplace account. If you don't want the students to have to input their email addresses, but you want their email addresses to be registered automatically, you need to click Verified for Collect Email Addresses. This is useful because it means that students can't just input any random email address. They can't log in for a friend. They have to be logged on to their institutional Google account, if that's the platform that your institution uses, as mine does, in order to register. It just gives that added layer of security. If you add a limit to one response, then students can only register once for each class, which again is just helpful. Turn off allow response editing, and that's it. That's all you need to do. You can give it a header image if you want. You can change the colors if you want. Whatever you change on this template form will be replicated across all the forms that are created. Once you've got your template form and you're happy with it, copy the URL here from the top. Now, don't copy the link to send to participants to fill it out over here. That's not going to work. What you need to copy is this URL in the address bar here. Once you've copied this URL, the first thing you need to do is paste it in cell B3 here. And the next thing you need to do is populate column A with the names of all the different Google Forms you want created. And the format you need to use for this is the type of event it is. So seminar, workshop, lecture, any word that you want to describe your event. And then the word week, and then a number, week 1, week 2, week 3. And the reason it's important to use this format is that the script is going to parse that string later on to make sense of the different events. So if you don't say something like seminar week 1, but if you say week 1 seminar, you're going to confuse the script and it's not going to understand how to draw the graphs of the attendance. So in this version here, I've got tutorial week 1, tutorial week 2, seminar week 1, seminar week 2. So I'll just copy those over into our demonstration here. So I've got the URL in B3 of my form. I've got all the events that I want forms for, and I think you can do over 100 events. So you can have, tutorial week 1 to 12, seminar week 1 to 12, lecture week 1 to 12. There's plenty of space to keep going with these columns. And then once you've got all the events that you want in column A, all you need to do is click here to generate forms. And the script, if it's the first time it's running, will probably ask you for permission. If you trust me, give it permission. If you don't know whether to trust me, then have a look back at some of the comments in the previous Google scripts that I've shared, see if people are happy with it. Or if you want, just cut and paste the app script into an LLM and say, is this safe? I want to run this script. Tell me whether it's safe or not. And the LLM, I am very convinced, will say, yes, that's perfectly safe. So 4 forms created successfully here. And what we've now got is for each event, we've got a URL link to a bespoke Google form. So here we've got tutorial week 1. Here we are. Tutorial week 1 has got its own Google form. We've also got a bespoke QR code for each form that you can copy and paste into a PowerPoint deck or wherever you want, so that the students can just scan the QR code in the tutorial or seminar or workshop and register their attendance. And you've also got a form ID. You don't need to worry about that. That's just going to be used by the sheet later on. So just let me show you how the QR codes work. I've got my phone here. Let me just going to scan this QR code on my phone. Here we go. Click. And as you can see, the tutorial week 1, has come up on my phone. I'm just going to tick the box that says record Chris.Watkin as the email used with my response and press submit. So that's 2 clicks. And I'm done. Completed. I've registered my attendance at that tutorial. And if all the students in a particular tutorial do that, it will keep track of everybody who's registered in that tutorial. Now, let me switch to an instance of this sheet where I've put some dummy information in. So we've got 70 students over 3 weeks, just so that I can show you what happens when you've populated this with data. On the second tab here at the bottom, table. Here we go. Second tab, table. You have a table, and this is automatically populated. I haven't done anything to input this data myself. It's just taking it directly from the Google Forms of which students have attended which event. So obviously these are dummy email addresses, Alice at Monash.edu, Bob at Monash.edu, etc. You can see what events they attended, what events they weren't there for. In order for this to work, you're going to have to paste a list of all the students in the unit, their email addresses, in column A. It can take up to 500 email addresses, so you can have units with up to 500 students in, but you're going to have to do that manually. So just grab a list of the email addresses of students in your unit and paste them into column A, and then all the rest of the columns will automatically populate from that. And I've put a little helper column here, column B. You can see the percentage attendance for any particular student. So Alice has attended 67% of all the events that she might have attended in the semester. And if a number is below 75%, it's in yellow. If a number is below 50%, it's in red, just to give an indication for you of which students are failing to attend particular events. And the value of that for me is that it saves me having to input this manually every week. So previously, I sent around a sheet in a class where students would individually sign on a table, put their name and then give their signature to register their attendance, which worked fine, but it would take a significant amount of time each week to feed all these manually into a spreadsheet. And there's always the opportunity for human error there as well. Well, this way of doing it just takes all that out. There's no chance of inputting things wrongly because student emails are recorded with each survey response, and it doesn't take any time because it populates automatically from these Google Forms that were created. And finally, it might be helpful also to have a bit of an overview of your unit. So this little tab here, Dashboard, gives you a sense of how attendance is tracking over a semester. So if we had, for example, a 12-week semester here, we'd be able to see how attendance varies over semester and varies between the different types of event in the unit as well. So whether attendance is higher for the seminar or for the tutorial. And this aggregates all the different seminars. So in this demonstration, I've got 3 different seminars and 3 different tutorials. This first chart just aggregates them all the seminars, all the tutorials, weeks across the bottom, attendance up the side. And this second chart here disaggregates the different seminars and tutorials. So each individual seminar, each individual tutorial has its own line on the chart. And therefore you can see whether attendance is falling off in a particular seminar or a particular tutorial over time. I'm hoping that this system will save me a lot of time and will help me to track attendance better and to serve my students better, to help them more over the semester. If it helps you to do the same, then I'm delighted to have been of help. See you next time.